Howdy, folks. Welcome to Live from MIdgar. This is episode 49. We are recording here at Geeky Villain in Everett, Washington, and we just finished our Saturday night Final Fantasy where we had draft. We had a pretty good time. We had, 10 people? Yeah, 2 pods of 5, which was kind of interesting. We had 4 rounds. Ryan wound up getting first place, completely undefeated.
Yay.
Tell us a little bit about your deck, Ryan.
So my pack one pick one was a full art Pinello, so I decided to go into Wind.
Jealous.
I thought it wouldn't be that good, but I ended up seeing like 2 Vans and some of the color fixing Earth stuff, so I was still able to play like Kusaith and Atlases as my big bodies, and then I had all the weenies, Sky Pirates, and the Bouncer. So I had the 3/7 that buffs Sky Pirates by 2k. That was like kind of relevant, but I ended up kind of just stalling people out with my Thieves, which milled people. I never really attacked.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he did. As someone who watched all 3 of Ryan's 4 games because he was on stream and I was commentating, that's pretty much about what he did. He built a really big board up with the Sky Pirates to just kind of stall, get the big Van, who was, generally either I'll hit you for a point of damage or two, or just so big that you can't touch him.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was just like literally just like I'm gonna attack with my 9k Thief and mill you for 1. And then I'll play 2, and they'll party attack and be a 22k party. It was just, it was that Thief did so much work tonight for him. It was ridiculous.
I was impressed with Thief in Sealed, but I think in Draft he's going to be a lot better when you can actually get like a decent Wind deck, because that Wind just almost never came together in Sealed as far as I remember. I did like 4 pre-releases.
I don't think I saw anyone really play any Wind, and Thief is a card that like I didn't even realize really existed until tonight. I mean, for lack of a way to put it, just looked right over it.
Yeah, it's really good on offense. I mean, 9K is such a relevant break point in this.
Yeah.
Being able to attack and. Yeah.
Well, not just that. The fact that yes, you get the 9K because you get the bump.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of removal for the 7K. As long as you're not blocking, it's relatively safe.
Yeah.
Then.
What are you going to do, Balasa it? Like, you're trading even?
Yeah, but that's I saw everyone waste all of their removal. It's like Ryan's removal was either I choose Vaughn or I choose Thief. Those were the 2 options, period. And he's got a board of like, I think he had the point, there was one board that he had like 11 characters out or so, and it literally was like, those were the only 2 you look at because those were the only 2 doing anything.
I mean, you had Vaughn up to, what, like 15, 16K against me? They're just ludicrous.
Yeah. And then, but I think the other portion of it was as well as the thought on that was we're playing 40 card decks or 40-ish card decks, 40 to 50 card decks because we're playing limited, and just that extra card per round on the attack is really solid.
Oh yeah.
Because
I felt the pressure on that. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was one of your games. I think I was even commentating on that. I was like, I think Ryan's like literally milled like 9 cards because he would just get more Thieves and recur, and then you're like, well, I don't want to lose right now, so I'm going to block, but I still lost the card. So, I mean, like, in the end, the Thieves did, like, 3 or 4 points of damage and then 8 2 or 3 dudes. So, like,
and I hit that time
8
limit
cards.
On one of those games where I was just like, I can't win the game this turn, and I don't have enough cards to get another turn, so that's it, and that was the end of the round.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Wind was surprisingly less unplayable than I feared that it was going to be in Draft.
But it kind of, like, you kind of need Van to make it.
Yeah, Vaughn is super good. I feel like you only go into it if you open like Vaughn or Fran or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that was one of the things I did notice is that without the water kick for sure, Ryan's dudes felt small.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had the Arya to bump him up and Pinello to kind of trade.
Arya is another card that really impressed me today.
Yeah, she's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all of the 9Ks and 8Ks and 9Ks that were there generally were just swinging over most of Ryan's stuff, except the Vaughn.
Yeah, Draft is looking really interesting. A lot of the archetypes seem pretty cool. It was cool to see how different it was than Sealed. For instance,
was terrible, man.
I liked Sealed, but I like everything limited. So we'll take that with a grain of salt. Sky Pirates did not exist in Sealed. Like, you could not put that together. I had, I think my first Sealed pool had Fran and like 8 other Sky Pirates, and I didn't even consider it. I'm like, this isn't. I went Earth, Ice, Splash, Fire. Like, I did every pre-release.
Yeah. Every pre-release, I only had 2 Sky Pirates, so I could only get one effect. I could either draw a card or bounce a guy. And I was like, it doesn't feel that good.
So it was nice to see different elements other than like Earth, Ice, Splash, whatever, get represented because that really was the bulk of the sealed decks that I saw.
Yeah.
So I, took the opportunity today to draft Earth Ice.
Yes, he did.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was first pick Sieghard, got past Eildnarsh, and then it was just off to the races. I love both those cards. The brothers are so good, so good.
Just play around them.
Yeah. This guy dulled no more than 3 characters for 7 turns in a row while I had Camelot in hand, just waiting to get him to discard.
If I was playing
and the worst part was that he had Citra out, and he tried to play a Reagan. And
Twice.
so I knew that he had the Reagan in hand, and even if I made him discard, he wouldn't have cared.
Yeah, I literally sat there and I was like, if I was playing a drinking game right now, and Jeff said, "Why do you keep playing around Camelot?" I would be dead because I would have just seriously shot after shot. I would have been dead.
Yeah. That was ridiculous. What are some of the other archetypes in draft that you guys saw?
What did you try? What did you try tonight?
Cards.
Yeah, I did not do very well. I went into, it was 3 colors: water, lightning, and earth, splashing
Fire
for 1 card.
for 1 card. Yeah.
Oh.
I did not see this coming. So I played Prish against him, right? And I'm like, what's the worst that he's going to get? Maybe he gets like a Feel Thanos. I mean, that costs 7. I have a bunch of 9Ks. I'm not too concerned about Feel Thanos. So I play Prish, and I'm like, cool, I'm going to search out an Eildnarsh. And he's like, cool, I'm going to search out Ignacio. What? And then he had the dual Moogle, and he plays it, and I'm just like, oh, God, okay. So that got me pretty good.
He did it against me, and I had nothing.
Oh, yeah, I Prished him. He didn't have a single 9K
Yeah,
in
that
his
was
deck.
great.
So after that round, I played against TJ, and he was playing Windwater as well. And I'm like, cool, Prish. And he's like, which of these 3 should I get? Between Caius, Hein, and Gilgamesh. Oh, okay, all right. Anyways, Prish was excellent every time that I played her because her S is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's really
9K
gross.
and activate her. Like, I mean, she dulls to do it, so it's not like a combat trick or anything. But,
Yeah. To kill something,
I really
you still
liked
have
it.
a body.
Yeah, I really liked it.
One of the ones I saw that obviously because you're drafting and not sealed, so you're not kind of dealing with just random.
Yeah.
Was I saw a number of Willis Wings, Judge of Wings.
Oh.
I saw a number of those in
Yeah.
Lightning today. That it was really good because I mean you've got just this 2-drop 5K that just doesn't really do much, so like no one really messes with it.
Yeah.
And then
Suddenly it's 8.
And then it's like, oh, I played Aldo and I grabbed Judge of Wings. Oh God! It's like, oh no, what do I do now? Like I'm in deep trouble.
I really thought that his drawback of I have to attack was going to be a little bit more relevant, but I mean, with only 6 damage, losing the game at only 6 damage, and with his break trigger destroying a 4-drop, he still is super relevant.
So actually, I thought it was not that relevant.
Did you?
Yeah,
Didn't you?
I just had a bigger board, and like I'm fine with him attacking because he has less bodies, and the CP investment to play Judge of Wings is like, I mean, he's like a vanilla 9.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Yeah.
So it wasn't
So,
like that great.
Yeah, I guess if you go super wide like you do in Sky Pirates, that makes sense.
But
Yeah.
also, if you get people, like some people want to get to 5 safely.
Yeah. Yes.
So if they get Reid on the board or like the
Yeah.
Atlas,
Fire and Earth both
So,
really want.
you're doing pretty
and
good,
ice.
and then they drop like big 9Ks
Yeah.
that do stuff.
like you that one game refused to put me on 5 because
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I have
'cause you have
Eildnarsh in the
Eldnarsh.
deck. Yeah.
You know, I'll
I'm
get
a
Delta
dull
5.
3.
I'm
Yeah,
like, I don't
yeah.
wanna lose.
No reason
Yeah.
to do that. One card that really I don't want to say impressed me today, but was less useless than I thought. So my first pick was Sieghard, the 8K that prevents 2 damage to himself. And so I was able to party with him with both Suzuisa, which I love. Suzuisa is a great card. I adore him. Every time I play him, it's absolutely great. But also Earth Onion Knight. You just party the 2 of them, and then you can attack into 9Ks with your Sieghard. And what are they going to do? Trade their 9K for your
Nothing.
No. Onion Knight?
Rip.
Yeah. So that was really good. I had a lot of fun doing that.
You really like Suzuhisa.
Yeah, I mean,
He likes Earth. I mean, I think it was what did you do? You had like a 32? Was it a 32K Sid today or something? 26K. It was big.
Yeah, I got a 32K Sid Mobius today. Yeah, no, Suzuisa is really good. Like it puts you up 1 CP, which doesn't sound that great, but it does it for very little investment. He's very difficult to interact with profitably, and
So you pretty much have to run the 2-cost wind summon.
yeah, or Raiden, Mutsuki, Pinello.
Yeah, so there's
Yeah.
not that much stuff that can kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was nice to see you because that was one of the other great things about that too is that there are a couple of cards that just have those auto abilities like no Mitsuki. There's a couple of them that like legitimately
Bosch and Ash.
Bosch and
Ash.
Can't stop them.
Yeah, if you're not paying
I have both of them.
exactly. But if you're not paying attention to it, it's
Yeah.
literally just like you play the card right into 2 cards.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
because you're just gonna
Yeah. I had a C card out at the same time that I had a Suzuisa, and Miles had Mutsuki, and so he wanted to break my C card so that he could Mutsuki my my
Suzuhisa.
Suzuhisa, but his Mutsuki was dull when he did it, and so I pointed out, I'm like, okay, Mutsuki triggers when my Sigard goes to the break, and Suzuhisa draws me 2 cards. Got it.
Miles was like, that sucks.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it did because he lost.
And sometimes he gets you a point of damage in the meantime, and sometimes he makes your Sid Mobius exactly enough to kill something in the meantime, as Miles found out on an EX burst.
I mean, I tried to kill it with my Tomage to shrink it, and you pumped him just to draw 2
Yeah,
cards.
I used him.
It's like, oh, okay.
I don't know. I wasn't sure about that one. Was that the game that I decked? Game
I
3?
think so.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe. Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about it, but it was a fun
It was
play.
fun.
Yeah. There was a draft archetype yesterday that I saw that Drew Pierce was playing that was
Oh, yeah.
was
Fire Lightning.
Yeah, Fire Lightning, and he was able to use Mutsuki in order to trigger Sakura and in order to trigger Dark Knight, and so he had a bunch of big guys, and then was able to just very cheaply remove anything in his path. Mutsuki deals 1 to something, and then Dark Knight comes in, deals 8 to it, and that's 9K. Mutsuki activates afterwards.
Now, he told us afterwards that he passed a Ifrit to grab Mutsuki, so, like,
Passed it to
I
me.
don't know if that was worth
Passed
it.
it to me. Yeah,
He won.
I did win. Went 3-0. That was pretty good. What did I play yesterday?
You played Earth Fire.
Yeah, I did. Earth Fire. Yeah.
Earth is pretty good.
Earth is
I-
good in this set.
I love Earth. Yeah, it was the first real deck that I ever made. I love it.
Yeah, and Gilgamesh, it doesn't hurt that, there's
Yeah, I had
Black Tortoise
two
and,
tortoises.
and,
Yeah,
and Kaidu.
I like turtles.
And Recursion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kusith is so good. Oh my
Yep.
goodness. He's been excellent. Whew. Any other archetypes that you guys are excited for drafting in the future, or any cards that impressed you guys today, or
Thief.
Thief?
Thief
Yeah,
is really good.
Thief was
and it makes
yeah.
me reevaluate Wind.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel bad about like drafting a color and then just dipping Wind because people are going to pass me Thieves.
yeah.
just
Yeah.
like legitimately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you're the only wind player at your table, wind is super fine.
Yeah.
But if you're fighting over it, I don't think that it's going to be that great. There's some other elements that you can fight over. Like yesterday,
Earth.
Drew was
Earth Fire.
yesterday Drew was passing to me, and he was heavy in fire, and I was heavy in fire. And I mean, he took second, I took first. I think he took second. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. So that was really good.
I think just because Fire has like the best removal
Yeah.
with Balasa.
Yeah. I had 4 Balassas, an Ifrit, 3 Sid Mobiuses, 2 tortoises. That deck was disgusting.
was-
That deck was something
that was
else.
so
Who
cheap.
in the green?
How
like-
many people
I want to literally look at the rest of
We
the
had a
people
full
in your
bar.
draft pool, and I want to slap them all. Just like,
Oh, it was
what are
great.
you doing?
It was great. Whew. So there is a rules question that I've seen pop up a bunch over Facebook, over in Reddit, and Discords recently about an interaction with one of the new cards, Sakura. She's a 2 CP lightning forward, 5K. When she enters the field, if your opponent controls a damaged forward, draw 2 cards. And so the interaction that people have been asking about is if she is put into play with either Alcid or either of the Phoenixes, who put her into play and then deal damage, does she trigger? And the answer is no. The reason is that she is put into play and then damage is dealt. And because that damage hasn't occurred yet, her trigger has already passed and the opportunity for that is gone. Now, this has caused a lot of confusion because it seems contrary to a card, Onion Knight, who previously has worked with Alcid, who, when he enters the field, he has to choose a damaged forward and
Deal more.
Deals more.
yeah, he deals more to it. So, but the reason that he works with it instead of Sakura is that his trigger doesn't actually go onto the stack until Alcid is finished resolving. And so by the time his trigger goes onto the stack and you are obligated to choose a forward, you have the forward has taken damage at that point. So that works.
So the keyword is like the word if, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
When he
yeah.
enters?
If your
Yeah, if
opponent
your
controls a damaged forward, yeah. So that timing is just a little bit just wrong.
Yeah,
If it
and
dealt the damage and then put Sakura into play, then we'd have a combo. But they don't.
Sakura is less good.
Yeah.
So you probably want to play it in Lightning Wind with Cactar, so
Yeah.
you can ping it
Yeah.
first.
Who's playing Cactars?
I think they're fine now. I think that Wind Lightning is
Yeah.
a fine deck now. Especially, I really like the new Dark Knight. 8k to a damaged forward when it enters.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
You
pretty
would
good.
play, you would
pretty
play
good.
that in Constructed Dark Knight?
I mean, we're talking
I
about
want
Cactuars.
to test
so-
it, you know.
I mean, Cactar's
I think
playable.
it's fine, yeah.
I mean, it's good in Lightning and Draft though, because you've got Raiden, so you can at least
Yeah.
hit a board. There's other ways to do it. At least Lightning, unlike we've talked about, we haven't talked about it much, but there's 7, 8 dead cards in this draft set that don't really do anything.
Yeah.
So the fact that there's actually in color, there's a way to trigger Dark Knight without just running a body
Yeah.
into something
Yeah.
is at least something to applaud in this set, considering.
Yeah.
But obviously we're setting the bar really low on that. But
Yeah. But especially paired with either Pinello or Mutsuki, that Dark Knight does good work.
Yep.
Yeah.
Somehow blowing up lots of stuff with that
Yeah.
on stream. So you got good a couple times. I
Good,
mean, you
good.
still won, but
Yeah.
he was like, I'm blowing up your 9Ks. They're dead.
They're dead. Speaking of constructed, are there any decks that you guys are excited for? Anything you're planning on building, testing out?
I'm gonna modify Dragoons as I do every set,
Yeah. That new Alice looks pretty hype.
and then other than that, kind of want to try and build the dark deck that they're trying to push. It looks like,
Yeah.
but I just haven't decided how I'm gonna go about that.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of parts there to figure out, for sure.
I've tinkered with a bunch of stuff. I'm trying like a summon deck with Rydia and the new Shantoto. So there's like no 3 cost in the deck except Shantotos, and then you just flip these big summons. Like it's basically just an extension of the Rydia deck.
From last Opus.
From last
yeah.
Opus.
Yeah.
And it has the new Lightning, so you can play like the Odins do more. So that's what I'm trying.
Yeah. I played against that last night, and it was really frustrating. He played Shantoto, 7 times in one game against me? It was ludicrous.
I still lost.
It was cool. It was really cool. Anything for you?
I want to try Cloud of Darkness a little bit more.
Yeah. New Cloud of Darkness
you
looks
know,
really cool.
with dumb, not quite tax deck, but stuff like Garland and Scale Toad, because I don't care if they're dull and frozen. Who
Yeah,
cares? They're
yeah.
doing their work.
Yeah.
Even Vayne. But I'm also trying to I want to see if there's something to do a new 7 deck. With the new Soldier First Class or whatever they are, the 5
Yeah,
the
yeah.
5K First Strike 7s. Those with like the new Zac.
New Zac's really cool.
And running the old Fish for 7 cards Barrett, just to try and see if there's something there. Because I'd like the ability to play cards and get more cards, just the value out of that.
Yeah,
especially in a deck that's already value loading by pulling these cards.
Yeah.
And then you've got fire cards, like you've got Meath to find those cards and stuff. I think that there's something potentially interesting there.
Yeah, I think that that's a deck that really likes EX Bursts. One of my friends has been playing that for 2 Opuses, I think, and just loaded that with as many EX Bursts as he can. And I think that Kusith adds a very relevant burst to that deck.
Yeah.
Adds some consistency.
Oh no, you
And
killed my Barret.
if you switch off of the backup Zac to the forward Zac, then that gives you some recursion that you're no longer lacking that recursion. So that deck looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. A deck that I built and brought in just for friendlies today was Sky Pirates, and I had a blast playing that. There was a game that I played against Ryan where he put out Garland turn 2 against me. I had 2 backups, and so that was it. And so, activate, duel one of the backups. One of them was no. And played kites, activated, played something else, I wound up playing 4 things that turn, like off of 1 backup, basically.
Yep.
It was great. That deck just goes insane.
I felt like I was playing against the title deck.
It looked like a title deck.
Yeah, it's I think it's like 35, 40 cards or category 12.
That's gross.
Yeah.
You have
yeah.
like Zidane's and Clouded Darknesses.
Yeah,
that's
Zidane,
about
Clouded
it.
Darkness, Ishtola, Diabolos, the
normal
standards, the good wind, water stuff. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
God, Sky Pirate's an actual title with when I can play 3 different Frans.
Oh.
God,
Oh, okay.
3 different
Oh.
Frans, 4 different Balthiers.
Oh, I can't
God
wait.
damn.
I can't
People
wait.
were complaining about Cadets last Opus. Like,
Yeah.
I think Sky Pirates is dethroning them.
Yeah. It's not going to stop me from playing 11 now that there's a new Prish, though.
Yeah.
Probably not
I don't know.
as good as Sky Pirates or anything, but I love 11. That deck. So many tutors.
I think that no probably goes a long way too from 12 because I
Yeah.
think you even said it was like who knew of the cost 1 reduction on all my
Who
forwards
knew?
is good.
Yeah,
And
all of my forwards costing
Yeah.
1 less is good. It's like Yuna for summons, except for all of your forwards.
And my my snarky comment on the commentary from behind the scenes was and that's why they banned Jessie in title, and she only does it to 2 cards.
Oh, yeah.
It was like okay.
Well, 2 names. She does it to a lot of cards within those. Yeah.
But still, I mean, are you legitimately even in title? Are you gonna run just a Barret Cloud deck? I mean, I guess I would if
Yes.
Jessie was
yeah,
alive.
if Jessie
I
were
probably
legal,
would.
yes. I mean, I'm already running, I think, every cloud. Maybe not every cloud, but pretty close.
But yeah, it's interesting to see. It's interesting to see where that line is drawn from a gameplay perspective.
Yeah.
It's probably more to do just with the clouds, and Barretts are a little bit better designed than Sky Pirate, or not better designed, but worse designed in the fact that we've got cards that clearly have name clash, so we're getting relevant abilities across the board.
Yeah.
Whereas in Sky Pirates, it's it's Sky Pirates. You kill them. I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah, getting so many different Sky Pirates, like just immediately shot them into playability for Constructed. Before you were like, okay, I have 4 Sky Pirates. I don't want to play Rethus.
Yeah.
I don't want to play all the jobs Barts. So it's my Sky Pirates
Yeah, the only
options are really limited. And now
There's a
here's
good van now.
43 more. Oh yeah, who knew that Opus 9 Vaughn was going to be good? I hated that card when it got spoiled. The Dole 2 Sky Pirates to put him into play. I'm like, what? What are you gonna have? Balthier? Maybe Fran?
Yeah, and then they gave you 6 Sky Pirates this.
Oh yeah. Oh man. And now it's great.
Yeah.
Especially with no. You're just like, all right, Dole 2 Vaughn for free. Activate a backup.
Yeah, no, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was real nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, now Dragoons is now the 2nd worst tribal deck. only beat out by Ninja.
Can we speak about good tribal decks? I think WAF is probably going to be one of the better.
I'm
decks.
excited.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited to build that deck, but I cannot find a 3rd Rain.
Yeah, because no one wants to get rid of it because everyone wants to build a goddamn WAF deck.
It looks so cool. It looks so cool.
It's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be interested. I really would be interested. Had this been a year ago when Steve hadn't left us,
Right.
because his WAF deck, he was running WAF. We had talked about it. He brought WAF. God, when was it?
To the
Opus?
Petite Cup.
Yeah, to the Petite Cup.
Opus
But he was
7.
But he was playing it end of Opus 5, Opus 6. We had already played that. He'd already played that WAF deck and adjusted it a couple of times. I would be really interested to see what he does with the current, and I would hate to have to play against it.
Yeah,
constantly
I remember playing against that,
man.
and he dropped Hain, and I'm just I don't know how to pronounce that card.
Win.
Win.
It's Win.
Win.
Yeah.
Win.
I win when I play this card.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
yes, but her name is Win.
Yeah, and he's just all right, here's a 2 CP billion K.
2 CP, 10K Brave.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay,
All right.
Brave.
All right. Yeah, that deck looks really interesting. I really like what is it? Opus 7 Rain, the one that searches for waft monsters. I don't know what Opus. I really like that Rain, but
But the new one is way good.
she's in the trash. All right, let's move forward.
Who's running monsters? Who's running monsters nowadays? Jesus. Not very many people.
Yeah. Any other decks you guys are excited about that you think are gonna show up?
I think that so far it's like the first week, right? So
Yeah,
we don't
yeah,
know
it's
what's
tough.
viable, what's not viable.
Right,
But
yeah.
everything I've tried building, like it seems like there's definitely like a counter to it that seems like pretty playable. So like the WAF stuff could probably be countered by mono water, like with Minwoo. Like lightning wins the thing, kind of
Yeah.
dies to Minwoo. But then you also have like Ice Earth can probably take water. Like Ice doesn't seem unplayable.
Yeah.
So it
You've
seems
been
pretty
trying
diverse.
Ice out a bit. What do you think about that right now?
I don't think it's that good. I mean, I said
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I don't think it got anything new
Yeah.
from the new set. Like the new Squall is great, but
Yeah, I really like that new Squall. I
Uh,
had him in 3 different
my God.
pre-releases in foil every time. I was.
you don't even need to buy any
It was.
boxes.
It was.
They'll be worth
bananas.
more than those than the box toppers.
Yeah.
They'll be the rare one.
Yeah. The only one that I didn't play him in was the one where. So I've been joking for a long time that in limited, you're constricted to a 40 card minimum, no maximum. Well, okay, I guess the maximum is 108 because that's 9 times 12, but you'd have to be a madman to do that, right?
Yeah.
So guess what I did on Monday? Didn't look, opened all my packs, shuffled them together, and went. Oh, it's great. It's great. 108 cards. I had no idea what any of them were. I went 3-1.
But you played Aldo,
No
right?
joke.
So you play Aldo, so at least you got to see all 100.
Yeah.
You're like, hold on a second.
Played a turn 1 Aldo, and I'm like, okay, cool. I get to look.
Do I have lightning cards?
Oh, I do. Oh, cool. Judge of Wings.
There's got to be at least one lightning forward in here.
Yeah.
Let's find out what it is.
I'm looking through. There's 2 Alice in there, and I'm like, oh.
Wait, it's very playable. You can dull it and then mill a card.
Add to that thief pain.
Oh my goodness. It was so much fun.
Who needs Riku Mill? I do it to myself.
I could have milled 2 cards every turn in that deck.
Yeah.
At 108 cards, it's like 2.5 regular decks.
Yep.
Yeah, no chance. You can
I'll
play.
show-
You can play as many Thieves as you want.
I'll show you, Square Enix. You ban cards that mill me, and I'm just gonna mill myself. I'm on it.
That was a lot of fun.
So I think Water Wind's going to be good.
Water Wind. Yeah.
Yeah, Chaos Walker with the Sid.
Sid?
I
Oh,
think he's
yeah.
a Water Wind card, not,
Yeah.
not a Wind card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's fine in Wind. I played him in the Earth Wind Vaughn deck in Opus 9.5 that came out, and he was a lot of fun in that. He's an extra target that Vaughn puts out into play. I didn't really like tech for him at all. I didn't put. I guess I had the Diaboloses, but I didn't put Chaos Walkers in. But he combos with both of those really well.
Yeah, I like the add into Weewa just because you don't have to worry. Because part of the decision in Weewa is always 5-cost unit, 2-cost unit.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
you're always at the odds of which one do I play.
Yeah.
And when you play 2-cost unit, you're less likely to gamble on those Chaos Walkers.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh no, I put a 9K forward into play. Oh, it got killed.
Yeah.
Oops. My bad.
Until your opponent puts out an Ashtola or a
Well,
10K.
here comes Yasmat.
Yeah,
Yasmat.
Yasmet. Ooh.
Yeah.
Or Arden.
Nidhogg.
Or Arden. Yeah.
Nidhogg.
Nidhogg's a 9.
I know, but you could do something. They're clearly
Yeah, sure.
at that point.
You still get the entry triggers.
At that
off
point,
of it.
they are absolutely 100% playing, Maria just to fuck with you. Like, literally just like 10K. Like,
Yeah.
all right, well, I guess.
Yeah. Windwater looks really good. I agree.
Do you think that Fire Ice is going to be dethroned?
No, I think it got cards.
It got the Dougal at least.
Yeah.
But like, did it really need? Like, they already had like
I
Setzer and
don't
Banana
know.
Sid.
I don't know if that really helps. Lock is just so good.
Like every time it's like the cards don't seem that good, but like a turn 2 lock, this card is
Yeah.
devastating.
The pressure is just insane. Yeah.
Both. I think one of the things that deck has kind of struggled with a little bit is just overall removal. And I think that if you run that deck now with for the 2-cost Pink Terra, the new starter Terra.
Yeah.
I think that Phoenix becomes a relevant summon in that deck. And
Yeah.
now you're pinging
Yeah.
things for 9K, so it changes that up a little bit. And because you're running the 6 engine in there, finding and getting that Terra is not hard.
Yeah, not at all.
Like,
Not
if
at
you want it, you can get it. And obviously, you also got the other fire options, so you've got Meath and those other things to get it.
Yeah.
So I think there was a little bit added. I don't know if it necessarily tipped it, like, broke it, but I think it definitely,
the new Ifrit as well.
and Ifrit is really,
New
really
Ifrit
good
is
too.
really
Yeah, that's
insane.
super
Oh,
card.
God.
Yeah, I mean the +2 doesn't hit too much in that deck, but it's still relevant sometimes. You can get the Terra with it.
Duncan or Sabin if you want to run.
Yeah, sometimes you need your Cloud to be an 11K.
Oh God.
And to kill something to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's basically like Diablos, but for fire.
Yeah.
You're gonna win a trade and you gotta kill something.
Yeah, yeah,
Pretty good card.
yeah. I like it a lot. I'm really glad that Fire finally got something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a card that they've needed for a long time. And I think I said it last week. I don't know if I didn't. I've said it a couple times in general. It's just the fact that it's actually named Ifrit is one of the most important
Yeah.
factors about it as well.
yeah, absolutely.
Had they named it something else, like it had been named Balasa, I probably would be unhappy. The fact that
you'd still be happy.
I would still be happy, but that card is much, much better because of all of the Ifrit support that's out there.
Yep.
Yeah,
By default, that makes an already great summon
yeah. The
better.
Frit gets it. It feeds into Ifrita, who, as we saw at US Nats, was already starting to see play.
It
So-
feeds into, the discard Ifrits and stuff. I mean, I know that's not necessarily really a thing, but
Yeah.
at least there's synergy there beyond just, like, the card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As someone who's been playing Mono Fire off and on for the past couple of opuses, I think that it's had legs for a while. Not tier 1, not tier 2, but had legs, been pretty solid, and I think that this opus, even maybe just Ifrit alone, got it onto the map. I mean, it was onto the map a little bit at the end of 9.5, but I think it is here to stay.
I mean,
We'll see.
9.5 had the 2 deck formats.
Yeah,
so it
that's
was
true.
better.
That's
but
true.
now with the addition of Geomancer getting card advantage, and
Oh, man,
Ifrit
forgot about
actually-
Geomancer. Yeah,
Yeah.
that card's super good.
and like Ifrit actually killing stuff. So you have like more than one way of winning now. Like besides,
Yeah,
So what element do we get to meme now? Is it
lightning.
mono
lightning,
water? Is it
lightning,
Mono lightning. Yeah.
mono lightning. Which I think the new lightning legend is good.
Yeah.
But I think I'm in the
Except in
minority.
limited.
Which one?
The legend.
He said the legend.
The
Li-
legend. I already
Not
specified.
the
There's-
lightning.
there's
He
two
said
legends.
legend. There are two
Oh,
legend
the lightning
And
lightning.
lightning.
The one from 13.
The one named Lightning.
The
I
one
know.
named Lightning.
Yeah. Fuel Thanos isn't bad either. I think that he is an interesting metagame choice.
Big Daddy Alua.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think about that card.
Yeah. That's definitely a card that we're gonna have to wait and see on. Anyways, thank you for joining us today. This has been live from MIdgar at Geeky Villain in Everett, Washington, and we'll see you all soon. Oh yes. Goodness gracious.
Rewind to the beginning.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Neil.
Uh,
Try.
I'm Ryan.
Have a great night.